Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase sounded really exciting. Unfortunately, because of one decision they made, I didn't love it anywhere near as much as I was hoping. This was released in 2001. It's directed by Jim Stenstrum, written by Turosz. I apologise if I've mispronounced any of those names. And we have the usual really great voice cast. The voice acting is absolutely fine. The animation quality is very good, of course. And the story is interesting. But while the animation is great, I wish they'd done something different. They had this great opportunity to give us this different animation style, and maybe other people wouldn't have enjoyed it. And if that's the case, fair enough. Not everything is going to be just for me. But personally, I would have liked to have seen a different animation style, because this involves a virus, a phantom virus, and Scooby and the gang have to go inside this computer game to fend off the phantom virus. I love that. Absolutely brilliant. So much fun. And when I was about to watch it and I realised the basic premise, I had thought, maybe hoped, that the scenes where they're in the computer game would be animated like a computer game. And I thought that would have been so fun and a little bit different. Maybe one could argue having that style for the duration of the feature film might have been a bit much, but then I would have assumed they would have cut back to the world outside of the computer game. And I think that would have been so much more exciting to see, because then we could actually imagine them playing the computer game and what that would actually look like. But what we get instead is the characters entering a bunch of different worlds, dimensions. And I will say credit where it's due. There's a lot of variety. And it's not animated like a computer game. Certainly not animated like a computer game from 2001. The animation is the same as the rest of the film when we're not in the computer game. And I just feel like that was a missed opportunity, and it doesn't really feel like they're portraying the narrative in the best way possible. So I didn't really like it that much. The concept is definitely interesting and quite unique, but the execution just... maybe it's my expectations. Maybe it just didn't meet my expectations. It does have 7 out of 10 on IMDb. That's across 9.9 thousand reviews and ratings. So it does seem to have done quite well, but it just sounded so unique and fun and a little bit different. And the one opportunity they had to make it feel like a video game and to make it feel a little bit different and a little bit unique, it just didn't work. So I felt kind of disappointed by that. But as I said, if anybody else wants to say, well, actually, I like the fact that the animation is the same, fair enough. Maybe it's just me. But the narrative was fine and it flowed well. I did like the concept of the phantom virus. I thought that was really good fun. So it wasn't terrible, but it definitely didn't meet my expectations. I think they had a great opportunity to present something quite fun and a little bit different, and instead what we get is basically just Scooby and the gang going into different worlds, none of which I found to be that interesting, but they weren't boring either. They were fine, and trying to fend off this phantom virus. So, in general, it works well. The animation that we get is well animated, there's no disputing that. At least I'm not disputing that. Voice acting, really good. The pacing of the narrative is good. The phantom virus is a great villainous character. So everything works well. It's just not as good as I personally believe it could have been. I think this could have been a really fun, unique Scooby film that would be quite different to a lot of the others. And unfortunately, that's not the case. They didn't lean into the cyber aspect anywhere near as much as I feel they should have done. Do I recommend it? Yes, sure. If you're a Scooby fan, obviously I think it's worth checking out. But for me, it definitely wasn't as good as I feel like it could have been.